Esther said to us the other day, Abraham, I know that you think it's a good idea for us to like vibrations and all that stuff, but I got to tell you, I just like manifestations so much. And we want to say to you, every moment, hear this, Esther and the rest of you, every moment is a manifestation. In every moment there's a manifestation, and the question is, what did you bring to the room? What did you bring to the manifestation? Did you bring optimism or pessimism? Are you expectant of what you want, or are you pessimistic and not expecting of what you want? You've got to be ready to be ready to be ready to be ready, and then these moments will be so rich and full of the things you want that you won't be so sure that what you want is to get all the way to the end of whatever this manifestation is. You'll be enjoying the unfolding. And most important, we so want you to get this, and we think you're ready to hear it right now. Things are ready to manifest, and new things are just coming into the mix. And some things are ready to manifest, and new things are coming to the mix. You have all kinds of things at different degrees of readiness, at different degrees of your readiness to see them. And this path of least resistance is about the resistance that you've put there. But it's okay that you've put it there, because your inner being knows that you put it there, knows where it is, knows what it is, knows what you want, and knows how to lead you through the resistance that's there for the fun along the way. Don't you think really that Esther had more fun in the unfolding of this experience in the way it unfolded than if we had said to Esther, call this number, there's someone who wants to talk to you? Now, a lot of people say, no, we really prefer that kind of magic. And we say, it's all magic. It's all source energy, knowing who you are and what you want and leading you to it through your path of least resistance. And you'll get better and better at being more and more joyful. You'll get better and better at having less and less resistance on your trail, but you will never stop having a journey. There will always be a process of unfolding, and we just really look forward to you feeling the joy in the unfolding, because it is so much fun for you to be the witness of the universe yielding to you another piece of what you want, and another piece of what you want, and another piece of what you want, and another piece of what you want. One day a lady was on the telephone with us years ago when Esther was doing telephone consultations, and she wasn't having any of this because she did not want to learn to be the creator of her own experience. She wanted the magic, and she wanted us to tell her where something that she wanted was, and we wouldn't do it. So we were dead to her. Oh, yeah. That's funny on so many levels. But we knew that if we could get her, because we knew that her desire was active and in her vortex, and we knew that it would unfold and that she would discover it, if we could just divert her, if we could just dissuade her from holding so tight to the beliefs that wouldn't let it go. So we wanted to distract her from the problems that were keeping her from her own discovery. So we said, let's talk about some other things. Like what? Like blue glass. She didn't want to talk about blue glass, but we insisted, and for a minute or two we talked about blue glass, lots of different colors, lots of different textures and designs. She was really not interested in blue glass and annoyed and nearly hung up. And then we said, wait, we want to talk to you about something else. What do you want to talk about now? Butterflies. Butterflies, different butterflies, big ones, little ones, all different colors of butterflies. A minute or two we talked about butterflies. She was really annoyed, almost hung up. We said, wait. I want to talk to you about feathers. Well, she just got more and more annoyed because she didn't understand what we were getting at. You do, but she didn't understand what we were getting at. And finally she hung up in total distrust of Abraham, because we would not talk about her problem. We wanted to talk about things other than her problem, because we knew her problem had been spoken clearly. We knew that the universe was on it, and we knew that if we could get her off her problem, she could move toward her solution. She didn't know that. She couldn't hear us. We said that to her in many different ways. And so now Jerry and Esther were in La Jolla in Southern California near San Diego. And they were off to lunch that day. They were on their way to George's, and Jerry had not heard the consultation, and Esther's in a different sort of state of mind when we're flowing through her, so Esther was not really keenly aware of it either. And so they get out of their car, they valet parked it down at the La Valencia Hotel, and they began up the sidewalk toward George's, and there was a shop with all kinds of beautiful things in it, and Esther just walked into that shop, dragging Jerry with her, which was a common thing. And they got into the shop, and there was nothing really that they were looking for, but far deep into the shop was a whole wall of blue glass. every color and texture and design of blue glass that you imagine. It was a large wall of only blue glass. Well, Jerry and Esther were not looking for blue glass, didn't want blue glass. It didn't register with any one of them. And they just said, thank you very much to the people in the shop. And off they went. And now they're on their way to George's. They had a wonderful lunch. And then they went down to the cove, which is right there on the ocean where the rocks, it's such a pretty place. Everyone should go see it. And as they were walking across this lawn on their way to see this beautiful place, a flurry of butterflies that was so intense surrounded them. And they had to stop talking for a little while so that they did not eat them. And still, it's not registering with Esther what's going on. Jerry didn't know because he hadn't been part of the conversation. And then once the butterflies cleared, a little boy is running across the lawn, and he's running right toward Jerry and Esther. And Jerry said, look at that little boy. He's coming to us like he knows us. And Esther said, I know. And when he got to Esther, he held a feather up and gave it to her. He had found a feather, and she looked just like the person who would like to have the feather. And at that moment, Esther realized that in a very short period of time, the three subjects that had been activated in a state of non-resistance had been yielded to them in a very unique fashion. In other words, there was no denying what had happened with that. And this is the thing that we want to call your attention to. There are so many things that you are asking for that are making their way to you, but in your tuning to their absence, you cannot be aware of their presence. So you miss the clues. And this is the thing that we really want you to hear. It's the missing of the clues that is the really missing of life. Because it's those clues and those unfoldings along the way. That's the joy in the journey. That's where you begin to accept the power of your being. That's when you begin to accept that this world in which you live, this diverse world, you keep thinking that there is one truth that you are all seeking, and that is not the way that it is. You are billions of people individually creating your own reality, and the universe and your inner beings and all of the factors at large and the cooperative components will gather in order to give you the world that you are choosing to create. Choosing to create deliberately or choosing to create by default. And when you stop trying to find a truth and getting other people to subscribe to your truth and to follow your tracks to your truth, and you instead accept that this is a world that's being formed out of vibration, and that the diversity and the potential of diversity is what it is all about. You didn't come into this body to say to each other, let's all get together and create the same things. You said, let's all get together and create the things that are individually important to us. And law of attraction will bring those of us together who are receiving benefit from being together.